That is Mark Zuckerberg, and this is little Bam in the same room. If you told me at the beginning of my little YouTube journey that this is where we'd get to, I would have never believed you, but here we are. Let's rewind a bit. I got invited to attend Meta Connect, a huge conference where a bunch of VR, XR announcements and tech get shown off. I was stoked and honored to get this invite, but there was one problem. Meta Connect was in California, and I was in the UK. In my previous videos, I went to the Vertigo Game Studio in Amsterdam to try out Metro VR and the Arizona Sunshine remake. This is the furthest distance I've ever traveled as an adult, so this was a bit intimidating. On top of that, America is nowhere near as straightforward to visit compared to Amsterdam. I'd have to do a bunch of online paperwork, pay a bunch of money for travel and accommodation, pack a bunch of stuff. It was a lot, and I was contemplating even accepting the invitation. But I reminded myself that opportunities like this don't come up often, and it's overwhelming opportunities like these that have helped me get to where I am today. So I took a deep breath and I sent it. First step, make it to London. This is the only familiar part of the entire trip to me. Me and my partner Anarchy got on the train, but we made a horrifying discovery. We had boarded a train with British Joker. Thankfully, we made it to London alive. Now it was time for the deep end stuff. Every flight I've ever been on in my entire life up until this point has been planned out for me, meaning this was my first time trying to figure out how the whole process worked. We got to Heathrow Airport, managed to get checked in, went through all the security, and we were left to wait for our flight.
We made it.
I had to get patted down.
They didn't spot it. That's the thing. Oh my god, robot!
Oh my god!
Oh, this one's not got a face though.
No, can you put up the video of the one with the face when we
Yeah.
went to Amsterdam?
Amsterdam Airport's better than this
Yeah,
one. This
like-
one's a bit shit. Okay, Anarchy's gone to a shop. But dude, if any of y'all in UK, you come through the airport, pick these up, dude. Cadbury's mini snowballs, literally the best, like, sweet thing on this earth. I'm not lying.
Check this out.
I'm thinking of getting some dessert, but
I don't know if we should.
a little bit unhealthy, that one. They just made like 700 rolls of the one sushi that I want, but none of it's on the conveyor belt yet, and I'm gonna cry. Yippee! I'm happy. I love sushi. The fog.
The fog is
The
coming.
fog is coming.
But at least it's a play area.
Play area!
Don't film it, there's children.
Oh, yeah. Maybe not. Let's walk past the play area.
And not film it.
And not film the actual play area, because that might look a bit weird.
Wait, look, there's bins there. You can film those. They're
Okay, I can
awesome.
film the bins. The bins are cool.
They're awesome.
Look at that smiley man.
Oh, look, that's me.
What?
That one's me.
What happened to that one? What did they do to that guy?
Then it was time. We got on the plane, and just like that, we were up in the air. Immediately, I figured out how to get games on the seat screens, and I discovered something amazing. Let me introduce you to Ball Defender. Now, it's fairly simple. I mean, you start out with one ball, and you use that ball to hit a bunch of blocks. Over time, you get more balls, but the amount of hits each block takes to break increases. Sounds pretty simple, but there's also a hidden tech. If a ball hits a block right on the corner, the ball gets stuck and drains all the hit points of the block. Very satisfying. You go for as long as you can, and that's it. 30 minutes into the flight and I was addicted. I had so many balls, but there were so many blocks, some reaching high into the hundreds of hit points. Things were getting tense. If I didn't clear this bottom row, my game would be over. All that work just to lose. It couldn't end like this. But that's when something unexpected happened. The balls got stuck at the bottom of the screen. Now, they'd done this before a handful of times, but usually they'd bounce back and forth for about 10 seconds and then free themselves. But this time, they didn't stop. I'd soft-locked the game. Initially, I sighed at what I thought was a disappointing end to my game, and I was about to reset. But then it hit me. If I don't close the game, I technically don't lose. The aim of the game was to go on for as long as you could, but what if you outlasted the game? And so it began. Hours went by. We had a nice little meal, and the balls were still bouncing. I had a nap, woke up, they were still going. 3 hours, 6 hours, 9 hours non-stop. I didn't give up. Then, after about 12 hours, we landed. I got up out of my seat, and I had won. Now it was time for the moment I'd secretly been dreading. US border control. I'd heard horror stories of people being turned away from entering the country here, being sent on the first available flight back. And the line was long, so the anxiety was building. Eventually, we made it to the border control. They scanned our passports, they scanned our faces, they scanned our fingerprints, they asked us a bunch of questions, and they let us through fine. We had made it to San Francisco. We Ubered from the airport to a nearby train station. I was kind of shocked to learn trains existed in the US at all, really. We waited for the train came, and we headed straight to Menlo Park, the heart of Silicon Valley. I could smell the meta already. While on the train there, we passed Roblox, as in like, you know, Roblox HQ, that's where it is, that's Roblox. Once we arrived in Menlo Park, we got to our hotel and I ordered Wendy's. We don't have pretzel bun burgers in the UK. Wendy's, please bring pretzel bun burgers to the UK. Please and thank you. Now, we had arrived a day early for MetaConnect, which gave us a free day to explore. The first thing we did was go to 7-Eleven to get our first taste of the American retail experience.
I hate that this isn't like the UK where you can do like the pulling motion. They're like,
So many. So much of everything.
literally
so chunky. I feel like every single thing here is gonna get me killed. Oh my god. Can's so big. So big. They're even compared to yours, but it's huge.
This is like classic monster size.
It's huge.
Look how cute these little bunnies are. Wow. So cute.
The next thing we did was take the train straight into San Francisco. Once we got there, we walked out of the train station to explore the city. We walked and got kind of lost.
Where the hell are we?
I don't know.
Time at least.
This guy's big chillin'.
Look at him. It's a sweet boy.
Stick to the left. Stick to the left.
Good day, ladies.
Good day.
The curb's too big for me to jump off.
I get it, don't worry. That's the third time, by the way. It literally just smells like hot tarmac.
It's just concrete and nothing. There's just nothing anywhere. It's concrete cars and emptiness. Free money glitch. You're gonna do it.
At this point, we'd been walking for a while and were quite tired. We were not used to just how big and spaced out things were in America. So we took an Uber to a place called Japantown, spent some time there.
Hell yeah. Frog. So real.
Fuck that, bro.
So real for that.
Now it was time. The first day of MetaConnect. Technically, it's not even the first day yet, but I guess content creators get to do stuff a whole day early, which was really cool. I met up with everyone that was going and a big shuttle came and drove us off to one of the Meta campuses. And I was not prepared for what it looked like inside. It was like a small town, but everything was Meta. It was insane. There was streets, there was districts, it was overwhelming. We had a little walk around, we got these Connect shirts. They showed us around the snack area and just let us take anything, which was sick. I had some Doritos. Then it was time for the demos. The first thing we got to test out was the Quest 3S. And at the time, this headset hadn't even been announced yet. So I walked into my booth and they handed it to me, the Quest 3S. Here it is in all of its $299 glory. Yo, it is Bam from the future. Present day Bam. And here we have the Meta Quest 3S that I got sent after Connect. Zoop. Get that off that. Oh, uh-oh. I'm gonna just put that back. That didn't happen. Oh, dude, the packaging is kind of crazy. We got the controllers here. I think they're exactly the same as the Quest 3. And then here is the headset itself. Looks kind of like a Minecraft spider a little bit, which isn't a bad thing. That looks cool, I think, in my opinion. I'm going to take the plastic off the lenses for that satisfying sound. And the Quest 3S isn't the only thing they sent. They also sent this open facial interface for the Quest 3. I guess this is for like when you're doing some really high intensity stuff like Beat Saber or something. Keeps your face nice and cool since it's all open. That's pretty good. And I also got this pen, and I'm not exactly sure what I'm supposed to use it for. If you have any ideas what I could do with this pen in VR, then let me know because I have no idea. Before we get back to the vlog, I just want to give my take on the Quest 3S. In my opinion, if you're still using a Quest 2, you are in dire need of an upgrade, and the Quest 3S is the simplest option to go with. You get all the gaming and mixed reality experiences that come with the Quest 3, but at a little bit of a cheaper price. And if that's all you want, then I'd definitely recommend getting the Quest 3S. However, that's not to say the Quest 3 isn't worth getting. The main difference between these two are the lenses. The Quest 3S has the same lenses as the Quest 2, while the Quest 3 has much clearer and better lenses. If you're someone that struggles to find the sweet spot with the spacing of the lenses on your Quest 2, the Quest 3 pretty much solves that entirely. The sweet spot on these lenses is massive, which makes it a very comfortable headset to use. As well as improving the visuals, this also makes it a better headset to share with others, as you won't be fiddling for ages trying to make sure they find their VR sweet spot. And to me, that makes it very much worth it. But again, if that's not something you're too bothered about, get a Quest 3S. And you can do so using my new affiliate page. If you're ever looking to buy a new Meta headset or VR game, then use this page. Every time you do, Meta gives me a little treat in the form of money. And from now until the end of the month, you're going to be able to get 20% off any Quest game. 20%. So click the first link in the description and go find the game you want. But anyway, back to the video. After I finished testing out the Quest 3S, it was time for the Meta AI demo. Now, at first, I wasn't really that invested in Meta AI stuff, but once I got into the demo, that quickly changed. They handed me a pair of Meta Ray-Bans. They're these glasses that connect to your phone that have speakers, microphones, and cameras built into them. The AI part of it was kind of like having a little AI assistant on your face, being able to see through the cameras and tell you about what it sees. That was quite cool, but the thing that stood out to me was the cameras. The quality on these things was actually really good, especially when you consider that the cameras are inside a pair of glasses. It's like a perfect point of view that would be amazing for a vlog or something. And that was all the time we had at Connect Day 1. The shuttles picked us back up and took us back to the hotel. This was the big day. The first official day of Meta Connect. The shuttles picked us back up again and we were taken to a different Meta campus. This one was insane. These buildings that you're looking at stretched on for miles. We got off the shuttle and walked past a huge line of people who were waiting for the Meta Keynote, the big presentation. Since I was in the content creator group, we got to skip the whole line and get front row seats for the keynote. And finally, there he was. As I sat watching the keynote, surrounded by VR news channels frantically trying to plan out their content for everything Mark was saying, I had a little moment to reflect on the entire situation I was in. The fact that I was in this crowd in California, listening to one of the most well-known people of the digital age, it kind of hit me all at once how mind-blowing the whole thing was. And none of it would have been possible without all you guys watching this video, so thank you. As the keynote continued, this guy Kenny started demoing the Quest 3S, and it started showing his perspective inside the headset. Immediately, I shot up out of my seat and held the little BAM up high. Luckily, Kenny was facing towards where I was sitting, and if you look very closely, yep, there is. Yippee! The keynote continued into AI. I'll be honest, most of this stuff kind of went over my head. The digital persona thing was a little creepy. The live translation stuff was pretty awesome, but the best part of the entire keynote, for me at least, was Orion. These glasses look like something out of Back to the Future. It looks so cool watching people mess with the holograms, but sadly, I wasn't one of the lucky few who were picked out to test Orion. But that's fine. I'm fine. I'm not jealous of you, Mike. It's okay. Then there was a bunch of yapping about more AI stuff and Meta Horizons and yada yada yada. And then it was done. We were taken into this big Meta office sectioned off for press and content creators, and I was given my very own pair of Meta Ray-Bans. The timing for this couldn't have been better because as Meta Connect wrapped up, I had to set off for another flight. This time to Los Angeles to go to a very important business meeting.
Go work on TikTok, man. Go work on TikTok. TikTok time. TikTok. Go work on TikTok. Come on. Wait.